that was. Alright, good enough. We're going with that. Alright. Let's see what's going on. So I don't know if this is the update. We just had a big update, so I don't know if this is the update with the exploding gas cans and the parkour crazy stuff that's going to change the game. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I was a little bored. It's too hot to work outside, so I decided to come in and try a game of PUBG. It's like freaking 90 something outside with like 60-70% humidity, so I did a bunch of work this morning, so I am done being out in the heat. Ugh. Oh. I'm tired. So we'll see. Could this be the one? To come up with a whole new tactic of ambushing people with gas cans. Can't remote detonate them. You gotta blow them up with your gun or something. So we'll see. The Kindai Knight. Let's see what else got messed up from the update and how many maintenance redos they'll have to do. The Vikendi 1 mile run. Let's get them great page markers, bad page, bad ping connection markers on there. Kind of want a out of the way place where I can go and experiment my ideas. Gotta go up here to Trev now. Oh, let's see how things go. It's like just speed test on. It's like 230 download and 3.2 up. My upload's always terrible. That's why I have such a hard time. Some games, it just seems like I'm lagging. Especially with Team Brazil and Mexico on here. Alright. I did get something. Boop, boop, boop. Got a 1 TB SSD. It's a Western Digital. I just wanted to see if that'll work. I mean, I got a 2 TB regular hard drive, but I'll just make that a backup drive for my PlayStation 4 Pro. Now, I want to see if this SSD will help with the loading and maybe cut down on some of the latency issues that this game is prone to. I think what I'll do is go here to the back dock and just work my way forward to a car or something. Nobody fault me. Excuse me. Nobody wants to come all the way back here on a solo game. I've got a survive so many minutes thing I need to do for today. And I had to finish in like an hour and a half, so. Doop-de-doo, doop-de-doo. Okay. Nothing. Come on. Go back and look again to see if it's still. This thing's covered with stuff. An site. You never knew. Hello, you bastard. Okay. No way I'm in. I could stay here and loot for days. Alright. This is my first one, so I'm a little awkward. Come on. follow me. That's their loss. Let's see if gas can. Here's the experiment. Okay, I'm going to take it outside. Oh, a vertical grip. Can you see it? Minimum safe distance. Let's see how this works. I'd say that's enough bullets. Yep. Update is not for the exploding gas cans. Oh my god. I think I already have one of those. Yes. First box of real ammo. Okay, so no. What the fuck was this update then? Come on, really? I thought this was going to be the update for exploding gas cans and the parkour fucking nonsense. Apparently not. Better find some fucking ammo over here pretty quick. That'd be the wash machine. Bought a wash machine for my daughter and granddaughters, and help her get a bunch of new furniture and stuff like that. It's got a new job. Well, she's had this job, but she got a new house. So I bought her a washer and a dryer, and it's used, but it's let's see, put the 4x on there, and that on there, and that on there, and that on there, and let's get rid of that. And I should put that on there. There. Man, why am my shit so buggy? So I'm having a hard time like doing stuff. There we go. Okay. No, I can't use any of that stuff. Just that. Maybe put my dot sight on there. Yeah. Just stay and loot. Come on. Come on. The magic. I got way too much band-aids, but I always do that. Raiden. Not too much. Just thought I'd get on here and check out and see what the new update was and see if there was anything that we were waiting on. It's not. Nah, it's not the gas can parkour deal. I don't know what the heck is. I don't know what they did that they had to do an update. Maybe fix some of the glitch. Latency. I don't know. Not really sure. So, that's what I'm doing. Messing around. What you up to? Afraid you'd be doing some DayZ with Pab or something. Nope. I think he's on right now, playing DayZ. He was when I first got on. Pretty sure. Actually, I think I already have one of those. Oh yeah. Let's get rid of that. That. I have so much of. man. What you been up to today? Yeah. You got your ship? Oh, from those guys that fucked you over the other day? What'd you do? You got a hold of them and told them they'd cop it up? So you went and found them, killed them, and took their shit? Ah. So they thought that just blocking you was gonna keep you out of there. Yeah. That's pretty fucking gay. That is pretty freaking gay. It's like, just kill them, take their shit, and well, I'll teach them to be Blue Falcons. So they just, so this guy that was a grown ass man that is a Marine, right? Played some little bullshit to fucking just to fuck you over and get your shit. That's pretty gay. It is pretty gay. Yeah. Yeah. I wonder what they were thinking afterwards. You know, could they tell it was you? Just show your name that you killed him? Oh, I didn't. Yeah. Well, don't be a fucking douche. That was pretty shitty what they did to you. I gotta admit. That's why I don't fucking, you know. Fucking be a man. Be a man about it. Fuck queers. Oh, it must have been really annoyed with you or something then. That's pretty shitty though. Ooh, fooky dee. Must not have been on too good a basis with him if he Blue Falconed you. There's douches that are like that, dude. There's always gonna be douches. Oh yeah, that's how you do it, man. Get them a really shitty rep out there. Tell everybody, you gotta go on YouTube and tell everybody too. Fucking, and Twitch. Just say, hey, you see these fucking guys? A bunch of fags, they'll fucking screw you over. pretend to be buddies with you. I know a guy that's like that too, so I understand. it, yeah, if he actually what I now see I went and yeah, I've been buying some stuff for my daughter and granddaughters, you know, and ended up this guy when we were playing last night. I was on Facebook Marketplace and been looking for a wash machine for him, and actually this guy last night I saw one and I mentioned, I say, hey, this shit work, you know, it's got to work, right? You know, waste my fucking time, you know, basically. And so he messaged me back this morning, oh yeah, it's good to go and all this shit, and I was like, all right. So he tells me, oh, I live over in this area, you know, this basically this you know direction. So I'm like out here looking in Timbuktu land, like holy fuck, I think it's gonna be like Deliverance or some shit. And I fucking pull up and it's this dude. He's kind of weird because the guy when I was driving there, he's all oh, I'm only gonna charge you so much because you know you're a veteran and stuff. And I was like, okay, you don't have to do that. He was out in the fucking boonies, man. And I mean, there's a booney in Missouri. When you say the berserk, yeah, the road he lived off of was called. Well, I don't fucking go nowhere without. I'm packing everywhere I go. You know, so yeah, I have a concealed carry weapons permit, and so I when I rolled up, especially when I looked out, I saw where this, you know, where I was kind of going. I was like, yeah, no, I ain't fucking around here. And but I said fuck it, you know, and went ahead and rolled up. Oh shit, I got somebody coming. Are you gonna stop? Oh, he is stopping. Line up a shot. God damn it, I got stuck on a Jeep. Where is he? Is he right there? There he is. Now this guy fucking seen me. Wow, he did. And just fucking insta-killed me. What? How do you know I was in that building? Drove right up to, oh, I don't know. Drove right up to where I was at, jumped out of a car. I was in a village. Nobody around me, had no shots being fired. I was inside a room. Heard him coming, so I was taking a painkiller. So I just stayed in the room, stayed calm. He pulled up right outside the window, jumped out, got behind a wall. And I kind of got off to the side so he couldn't see me. And then as soon as I went to lean the wall, he freaking, there's no way. I don't know. I'll have to go back and look at that. But yeah, so I go out there, you know, and as soon as I show I'm backing up, the guy kind of, yeah, I was just texting mainly. And so it's out in the boonies, and the guy's he tries to give me this when I call him to get the final direction from this little, like, deli shop. He's like, oh, just go down the road, take this left at the past the dollar store, and then you go right down to take this and at the 2 dudes and a half, and he's going these crazy I'm like, whoa, dude. He's like, oh, well, I guess, you know, since I'm a Marine, you know, when I give terrain features, people understand me, or landmarks. That's what he said to me on the phone. The first time I was like, because he just blabbing his gibberish, and he kind of sounded like a fucking, the way he was talking, kind of like a, I don't know, reformed hair lip or something. And I was like, what? You know, I was like, what the fuck? So I'm like, all right, man. So I didn't want to, I was like, okay. I just kind of bit my lip a little bit. I was like, I can see how this is going to go. I was like, listen, just give me a couple of step-by-steps. It's like, you know, he's just rattling off all these fucking country ass, you know. And so I get it, and I could barely even write down the gibberish to try to make sense of what he's saying. And so I just like, okay. And so I start off and kind of way I was going, I kind of pull up, and I go over this one spot. And I'm like, I don't think I've really gone far enough. But he's like, right after this crossing, slow water crossing, it's the next driveway. I said, but I didn't see a street sign that said Jungle Road, that he lived on Jungle Road. And so I start pulling up in this driveway, and it's actually a nice house and everything, but it's all quiet. And I was like, nah, this can't be it. And I ain't getting out, you know, because out in the middle of these places, you get out and somebody don't know you, they'll fucking plug your ass. So I just said, fuck that. Started backing up. Try to call him again. Of course, there's no cell reception. I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just go a little bit further. And finally, I see something that kind of looks like, okay, well, there's 2 old trucks back in the woods, like completely overgrown. It's all gravel, dirt roads. I was like, I bet you I'm supposed to kind of bank off left here. You know, it's not a stop sign like he said. So I just kind of filtered around, do a little bit of, okay. And then finally I see this street sign. They said, and you probably won't do it because these kids around here, they steal the signs. And, I'm like, okay, yeah, all right, whatever. Just give me the street sign. I kept telling him, give me the street sign. Just give me an address, and I'll Google it, and be like, oh, GPS, don't wait. I'm like, good God, he's probably got a flip phone. He doesn't know what Google is. And so I just go rolling up there, and I see this guy. He's kind of an older guy, he's probably in his 60s, and he's out there. I could tell. I'm just like, geez, this guy. There's no threat here, so I just kind of back and roll up there and get out, and he's all, oh, hey, buddy. And I said, hey, what's up? And he's wearing this old fucking Marine camouflage, the old camo four-corner hat that the jarheads and the Navy guys used to wear. And he said, hey. Well, I think he was. I honestly do. This is the point of my story. So I'm getting out, and I was trying to be cordial. I was kind of forgetting the shit that what he was saying, idiot talk. I said, so you're a retired Marine? As I was going to shake his hand, I was kind of like, you're a retired Marine? And I was like, and he's like, oh, yeah, I was with the DAV. And I was like, what? And I actually said, I was like, what? And he kind of turned and kind of like scurried off, and I'm like, he's like, oh, you retired? And I said, yeah, I'm retired Army. I was like, DAV. I said, DAV's like, what do you mean? I don't get it, because that's, I went to the DAV when I was retiring, and they helped me with my do all my paperwork for the VA. Oh, well, I was in Vietnam for 6 months, or in 2 months, and then I was in Cambodia for 6 months, and I was a door gunner on a helicopter, and he starts going into this. I'm just like, God, why did I even ask this question? And he starts going into this kind of bullshit story, because when you run into some of these dudes that they don't know, they come up with these kind of off the wall, he maybe had been in for a little while or something like that, but he's just trying to exaggerate this story on top of something that he never really probably did. And I was like, I'm like, okay, because they did have contractors and stuff, but why embellish something, that's not. I'm like, the Marines weren't fucking rolling around in Cambodia, in helicopters and shit, and I was just like, okay, whatever. I just don't get this guy started on East, because I knew. Let's tell myself, don't get this guy started any bullshit. It'll be like sitting down at the fucking, VA and make the mistake of, asking somebody about, I don't know, something, and then you're there for 8 hours, it's like, oh my God. It's like, but I kind of, I was like, I kind of feared this guy was probably in the Navy or something like that, or maybe he was in the Marines for a little while, but not that, but then he starts going on about how he got disabled and stuff, but, he really wasn't in that long, but his story just didn't jive, and I was like, okay, whatever. And I was just trying to get to things, he's like, oh, this, and, I'm just here to buy a washing machine, dude. And the thing of it is, he kind of had like this homestead. He built this place himself. That was the cool thing about what this guy did, is he built this house himself, and it was pretty nice for being up there out in the boonies, out in the woods. And he built this really neat house, and he's building all this stuff around there, and he had these old trucks he was fixing up and shit. And I was just like, oh, it's kind of neat and everything. He had this little like shed, but he's like, yeah, this machine, and I hooked it up, and I look at it, and I'm like, he's got like one hose on it. I was like, well, I think on these things you got to have both hoses hooked up, or it just pushes the water out the other side, right? So I'm like, how do you test it? And he's like, well, it's still full of some water too and everything. And I'm like, he's like, I'm telling you, I'm a Christian. I wouldn't lie to you, and all this. He's just really going in and in. So I felt bad about, like, because it was really cheap. And the guy was like, I need money. My transmission out of my only car. And it was super cheap. And, it looked good. I was like, well, if it works, I guess, if it doesn't work, I'm just out $50. But, if it works, it's a pretty good deal. So I just went ahead and got it. And, man, it was a motherfucker. I had to put it in the back of my Jeep. And it was just fucking full of water, dude. Had to put it in there. Got it home and got it out. Didn't leak in my Jeep or not. I made sure of that. But had like a fucking, like some chipmunks or a squirrel got in there and made like this little nest up in the little water port thing. So I had to get in there and make sure all that shit was cleaned out. And I ran it a few times, cleaned it up a little bit, hooked every, but got some new hoses, hooked it all up, and started up and just ran some, because I kind of know about them. I know a couple people that's had them, and I pulled my wash machine out and put it in there to hook it all up to, run it through and then test it and everything, because I ain't gonna haul it down to my daughter's, if it doesn't work. And it's fine, and I've run a couple loads to it and stuff, but it was just like I'm sitting there as I'm rolling up on these dirt roads, and I always feel really weird when I go out in the Timbuktu area around here, and you're up on these dirt roads, and there's all these little. You would think they're all there because there's a lot of little houses just spread out in the middle of nowhere because their old farms have been sectioned off and sold off and stuff, and but you get these little where all these little goofballs that kind of hang out and shit, and the kids are like, and these people in their like 20s are about half wild. They act like it's like fucking The Walking Dead out there and shit, and any strangers come around and shit. It's weird. It's weird. Yeah, I understand that because I kind of grew up in a town like that, and play like so. When I'm out there, I'm like really watching my shit, and as I was rolling up, I was like, and this guy's even, oh, it's all good, and I'm like, I fucking put my pistol in my fucking holster. I was like, nope, I ain't getting out of my fucking Jeep without fucking strapping, man. As fuck that. No, he didn't see that. I did it with the door was open. I just fucking pulled it out of my spot and put it in and pulled my T-shirt over it. And I'm sure he didn't notice because he's a fucking goofball, But I don't go anywhere, especially something like that, because really I don't even carry my gun around town here. It's just like if I get out in the beaten path where these little meth heads and stuff will be, there can be some shit out there out in the boonies, then I carry my gun, I go up towards the city or something. But yeah, I was like, nope, ain't no fucking Ned Biddy shit gonna happen to me. I said we ain't gonna be no fucking hillbilly banjo songs started up. Yeah, fuck that. Because there are some weirdos out there. There are some hillbilly inbred fucking people out there too. So, and then there's these little fucking meth heads out there too. I've heard of people going out to like these little lakes and streams and these little properties out there to go hunting or fishing someplace, but they got to go through all this little fucking weird places out there in the middle of nowhere. And these little fucking meth heads will be out there in their little trailers and shit like that, and they'll fucking, run them off the road and fucking rob them and shit with like old dull snake knives and shit so they can get some shit or some money for, some meth. Yeah, there's some crazy shit you hear about. I haven't heard anything about like that in a while, but it's been a while since I heard about it, but I just ain't going to take no chances, so. Let me stop this broadcast. Do, do, do.